Hello and welcome. Topic of discussion today is Lagrange's mean value theorem. This is second mean value theorem after Rawls theorem. So these are two conditions for a function to satisfy so that Lagrange's mean value theorem is applicable to the function. The first one, that f of x, this is continuous function in some closed interval a to b. This is same condition as in Rawls theorem, first condition of Rawls theorem. Second, f of x is differentiable in open interval a to b. This is also the same condition. These are the only two conditions for Lagrange's theorem. So if a function satisfies these conditions, then Lagrange's mean value theorem is applicable to the function, and according to which f dash of c, this is equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. This is the result of Rawls theorem, Lagrange's theorem. This will get you value of c. So let us understand this. So we have function which is continuous and differentiable. So let's say this is the function. This is starting point of the function. This is end point b. Value of function, this point is x is equal to a, value at a is as, let's say, f of a. Similarly, this is x is equal to b and this is f of b. Let's drop line parallel to x-axis. This is AC. This is line joining endpoints of the curve A, B. This is line joining endpoints of the curve. So let us understand what is right hand side of the result. Right hand side is f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. F of b, let's say this point is D and this is E. So f of b is BD minus f of a is AE. B is OD minus A is OE. This is equal to, this is BD minus AE. Now AE is same as CD, so I am replacing AE by CD upon OD. This is OD minus OE. This is ED. This is BD minus CD. BD minus CD is BC and ED is same as AC. So right hand side is BC upon AC. So can we say this is slope of line AB, or you can say this is slope of line joining endpoints of the curve. So right hand side is slope of line joining endpoints of the curve. What about left hand side? Left hand side is f dash of c, that is slope of tangent at x is equal to c. And what is this left hand side equal to right hand side? This means slope of tangent at x is equal to c. This is equal to right hand side. Right hand side is slope of line joining endpoints of the curve. So left hand side is slope, right hand side is slope. Slopes of two different lines. Slopes are equal means these lines are parallel. So we can say that at x is equal to c, tangent is parallel to line AB, line joining endpoints of the curve. Let us see where is point C. So this is point C, this is tangent at C. So let's say this is point, and here x is C. So this is point C comma f of C. So here tangent is parallel to line joining AB. A and B, line joining endpoints of the curve. So with Lagrange's mean value theorem, we find out this point C. Okay, let's start with the questions. The first one, we have to show that Lagrange's theorem is not applicable to function f of x is equal to 1 by x. 1 by x is reciprocal function on the interval from -1 to +1. Lagrange's theorem will not be applicable if one or both the conditions of Lagrange's theorem are not satisfied by the function. So f of x here is 1 by x and x should not be equal to 0, and this point, this belongs to -1 to +1. Therefore we have discontinuity at x is equal to 0. So therefore this function is not continuous for this interval. That means the first condition of Lagrange's theorem, that is not being satisfied by the function, by the reciprocal function. Therefore Lagrange's theorem is not applicable to the function. The second one, we have to verify Lagrange's mean value theorem for the function f of x, which is x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3, and the interval is from 0 to 4. We have to verify that Lagrange's mean value theorem, this is applicable. So this is starting point of interval, this is a equal to 0, this is end point, this is b equal to 4. We need f of a or f of 0. This will be 0 minus 1, 0 minus 2, 0 minus 3. This is minus 6. Then we need f of b. F of b is f of 4, and this will be 3 into 2 into 1. This is 6. So what type of function is f of x? It's a polynomial function, and we know every polynomial function is everywhere continuous and everywhere differentiable. So we'll write in particular f of x is continuous in the closed interval 0 to 4, being a polynomial, and this is differentiable in open interval 0 to 4. F of x satisfies both the conditions of Lagrange's theorem. Therefore Lagrange's theorem is applicable to the function. Now we have to find out point C. So if Lagrange's theorem is applicable, what is the result of Lagrange's theorem? The result of Lagrange's theorem is that f dash of c, this is f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. Let us first of all differentiate f of x. Its product of three functions. This is x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. So f dash of x, this will be first function into second into derivative of this, plus second function into third into derivative of this, plus first function into third function into derivative of second. So this is x square minus 3x plus 2. This is x square minus 5x plus 6, and this is x square minus 4x and plus this is 3. So that's 3x square minus 12x plus 11. This f dash of x. We can substitute these values in this. F dash of c, this will be 3c square minus 12c plus 11. So 3c square minus 12c plus 11. F of b is 6. So this is 6 minus f of a minus 6. B minus a 4 minus 0. This is 12 upon 4. This is 3. So 3c square minus 12c plus 8 equal to 0. So solving quadratic using quadratic formula, c is minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac. Minus this is 96 upon 2 into a, that is 6. This is 2 plus minus 4 root 3 upon 6. 2 plus minus, this will be 2, this is 3. So this is 2 by root of 3. These are two values of C. So what is the result of Lagrange's theorem? That there exists at least one C for which f dash of C is equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. So we may have two values also. Let us see if both the values lie in the interval from 0 to 4. Now what is 2 by root 3? It's 2 by 1.7. This is approximately 1.2. So 2 plus minus, this is 1.2. It's 3.2 or it's 0.8. Both the values, they lie in the interval, open interval 0 to 4. So we'll write answer as C is 2 plus 2 by root 3 and 2 minus 2 by root 3. These are the two values. Next, we have to verify Lagrange's theorem for the function f of x is equal to sine of x plus cos of x in the interval 0 to pi by 2, that is in the first quadrant. So what is f of x here? We will write it sum of sin x and cos x. And what do we know about sin x? Sin x is continuous everywhere, in particular in the first quadrant. Similarly, cos of x is also continuous function, in particular in the first quadrant. So f of x being sum of two continuous functions is continuous in the first quadrant. This is how we explain the continuity. F of x is sum of two continuous functions. So this is continuous in closed interval 0 to pi by 2. Second, sine function is differentiable everywhere. Cos function is differentiable everywhere. Therefore, f of x is differentiable everywhere. In particular, in the open interval 0 to pi by 2. This function satisfies both the conditions of Lagrange's theorem. Therefore, Lagrange's theorem is applicable to the function. Lagrange's mean value theorem. This is applicable to f of x. And therefore, we write, therefore, there exists at least one C which belongs to open interval 0 to pi by 2, where f dash of C is equal to f of pi by 2 minus f of 0 upon pi by 2 minus 0. This is function, this is derivative of the function cos of x minus sine of x. So what is f dash of C? It's cos of C minus sine of C. And what is f of pi by 2? F of pi by 2, sine pi by 2 is 1, cos pi by 2 is 0, so this is 1. And what is f of 0? Sine 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1. So this is 0. So this right hand side will be 0. This gives us cos of C equals to sine of C. Dividing both sides by cos of C, we get 1 equal to tan of C. Or C is tan C is 1, 1 is tan pi by 4. So C is pi by 4. This belongs to 0 comma pi by 2. So this is how we verify Lagrange's theorem for this function. The next one, we have log of x to the base c, and the interval is from 1 to 2. So what do we know about log function? So we have to use properties of function to explain continuity and differentiability. Y is equal to log of x to the base c. So domain of the function is x greater than 0. This is x-axis. We know log of 1 is 0. So this is 1 comma 0. This is, let's say, 2. So this is graph of the function. Y is equal to log of this x to the base c. So the given interval in this question is from 1 to 2. So let's highlight this. This is 1 comma 2. This is from 1 to 2. So a here is 1 and b is 2. And what is f of a? F of a means log of 1, which is 0, and f of b, this means log of 2. So f of b is log of 2 to the base c. And what is derivative of the function? Dy by dx is 1 by x. So we know log function, this is continuous in its domain, that is from 0 to infinity. In particular for the closed interval 1 comma 2. So the first condition, this is of continuity in this. Second is of differentiability in open interval 1 comma 2. So we know log function is differentiable in its domain, in particular for this open interval. So function log of x to the base c satisfies both the conditions of Lagrange's theorem. Therefore Lagrange's theorem is applicable to the function, according to which f dash of c is f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. F dash of c means 1 by c. F of b, this is log of 2 to the base c. F of a is 0, b minus a, this is 1. This gets us value of c. 1 by c is equal to this, or c is 1 by log of 2 to the base c. This can be written log of e to the base 2, this value of c. Now we have to show that value of c lies between 1 and 2. So what is log of 2 to the base 2? This is 1. And what is log of 4 to the base 2? This is 2. In between we have log of, this is e to the base 2. So we can say 1 is less than, this is log of e to the base 2 is less than 2. That means 1 is less than c less than 2, or c belongs to open interval 1 comma 2. This is what we wanted to show, that we have value of c which lies in the interval from 1 to 2. The next one, we have square root function. It's square root of x minus 2, and the interval is from 2 to 3. So for f of x equals to square root of x minus 2, what is domain of the function? It's x minus 2 greater than equal to 0, that's x greater than or equal to 2. So we can plot graph of this function. This is 0, 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So at 2 it will be 0, value of this is 0, at 3 it's a 1, and this is like square root function. This is square root of x minus 2. So square root function we can see is continuous in its domain and differentiable in its domain. In particular, we can say f of x, this is continuous for the interval from 2 to 3, and f of x is differentiable for open interval 2 to 3. That means f of x satisfies both the conditions of Lagrange's mean value theorem. Therefore Lagrange's mean value theorem is applicable, according to which f dash of c is f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. Here a is 2 and b is 3. F of a is f of 2 and f of 2 is 0. Similarly, f of b is f of 3, and this will be 3 minus 2, 1, square root of 1 is 1. F dash of x, this is 1 by 2 into root of x minus 2. Now substituting values in this result, this is result of Lagrange's mean value theorem. We have 1 by 2 into root of c minus 2. This is equal to f of b, which is 1 minus f of a upon b minus a. So this is 1. 1 by 2 is root of c minus 2, squaring both sides. This gives us c equals to 2 plus 1 by 4, that's 9 by 4. So 9 by 4 is 2.25. This belongs to the open interval 2 to 3. And this is what we wanted to prove. Point on the curve where tangent is parallel to chord joining this and this. So this is A and this is f of A. This is B and this is f of B. There is no mention of the word Lagrange's mean value theorem, but this is guiding us. Tangent is parallel to chord joining this and this, means it's a question of Lagrange's mean value theorem. So f of x is x square plus x, and derivative of the function, this is 2x plus 1. F of A, this is 0, f of B, this is 2. So we will explain like this. It's a polynomial function, and we know every polynomial is everywhere continuous. Therefore, this is continuous everywhere, in particular for the interval from 0 to 1. So for the closed interval 0 to 1, this function is continuous, and for open interval 0 to 1, this will be differentiable. Polynomials are differentiable everywhere. This also differentiable everywhere, in particular for the open interval 0 to 1. So therefore, Lagrange's theorem is applicable to the function, and according to which f dash of c, this is equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. F dash of c is 2c plus 1, f of b is 2, f of a is 0 upon b minus 1, that is 1 minus 0. This gives us 2c equals to, this is 2 minus 1, or c is equal to 1 by 2. We have to find point. Point means x coordinate of the point, also the y coordinate of point. So c is x coordinate of the point. C we are getting as 1 by 2. And what about y coordinate? Y coordinate is f of c, that will be substituting value of c here, plus 1 by 2. This is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, this is 3 by 4. So the point is 1 by 2 comma 3 by 4. This is the point on this curve where tangent is parallel to chord joining this and this. In the next question, we have to prove that sine of x is less than x for all x which are positive, and we have to use Lagrange's mean value theorem. Let us consider function as sine of x minus x, and let us say the interval is 0 to x. F dash of x, this is cos of x minus 1, f of 0 will be 0, and f of x, that is sine of x minus x. Let us explain like this. F of x is difference of two functions, sine x and x. What do we know about sine x? That it's a continuous function everywhere, and x, this is a identity function, this is also continuous everywhere. F of x being difference of two continuous functions is continuous everywhere, in particular for the interval x greater than 0. So that's 1. Similarly, f of x being difference of two differentiable functions. Now this is differentiable, this is also differentiable. F of x being difference of two differentiable functions is differentiable everywhere, in particular for the interval 0 to x. So both the conditions of Lagrange's theorem are satisfied. Therefore, Lagrange's theorem is applicable to the function, according to which f dash of c, this is equal to f of x minus f of 0 upon x minus 0. F dash of c, that is cos of c minus 1. F of x is sine of x minus x. F of 0 is 0 upon x. Now since x is positive, this is positive, so we can say cos of c minus 1. Okay, what is sine? What is cos of c minus 1? Cos of c is less than or equal to 1, so this will be negative. This is negative. X is positive, so what will be sine of this? So let us understand that if a upon b is positive, this means this is positive and this is also positive. A is positive and B is also positive. Or this means if A is negative, then B is also negative. And if A upon B is negative, this means A negative and B positive, or A is positive and B is negative. So what is sign of left hand side? This is negative. Cos of C minus 1 is negative. This is positive. Therefore, this must be negative. Sin of x minus x is negative. Or you can say sin of x is less than x. And this is what we wanted to prove. The next one, we are given x belonging to 0 to pi by 2, and we have to prove that tan of x is greater than x, and we have to use Lagrange's mean value theorem. Let's consider function as tan of x minus x. Derivative of the function, this is secant square of x minus 1, and f dash of c, this will be secant square of c minus 1. Okay. F of 0, this is 0, and f of, so this function being difference of two continuous functions is continuous everywhere, in particular for the interval 0 to pi by 2. Ditto for differentiability. This is differentiable, this is also differentiable, difference is differentiable. Therefore, this function satisfies both the conditions of Lagrange's theorem. Therefore, Lagrange's theorem is applicable to the function, according to which f dash of c, this is equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. Secant square of c minus 1, this is equal to, this will be the f of b is f of x, this is tan x minus x. And what about f of 0? F of 0 we have already obtained, this is 0, minus 0 upon x minus 0. Now what is sine of secant square of c minus 1? This is positive. This is positive, means right hand side tan x minus x, this is also positive, or tan of x, this is greater than x. This is what we wanted to prove.